first of all, our objective is to make cycling safe and accessible in our community. And having this form of a cycling bikeway, really called cycle track, separates the cyclist from the motorist more and creates that safety. And our hope is that that will give more and more people the confidence to get out there and bike around our city.
They are doing this in other cities. This is a project design that I guess probably originated in Europe, certainly all over Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Munich, quite a number of other cities, particularly in Northern Europe. But in the US recently, this has been of increasing interest with New York, San Francisco, Memphis, Tennessee, Austin, Texas, Chicago. Chicago has committed to actually building 100 miles of these type of protected cycle tracks in the next 4 years.
Yeah, we have been taking the easiest steps first in Salt Lake City, creating bikeways, getting good striping, where we can, providing some segregation for the cyclists. And so this is an effort, among others, that we're working on and are doing, to provide the next step, which is for a separated cycling lane for our cyclists. It's not expensive. We're not changing the street in a material way. We're changing the striping and doing things in a little different way within our street corridor, and so it's still relatively cheap. And so this is a good approach for us in a city where we have wide streets.
Well, it turns out that human beings are actually fairly similar. We don't like having large objects flying at us at high rates of speed like cars. So bicycles are generally more comfortable whenever they are more separated from traffic. And so this type of design provides that separation. In Salt Lake's case, we have very wide streets, so we are looking for a design that maximizes the use of our very wide streets. In some other places, they're building raised cycle tracks that are more like an extension of the sidewalk. In Salt Lake's case, since we already have such large expanses of pavement in many places, we're looking to maximize the use of that resource and put the bikes in a safer, more protected location, but still on the existing roadway.
I think if we find this successful, and we're expecting that'll be true, we want to make sure we're responding well and addressing issues that may come up with it. But you'll see this, particularly in the downtown area, as a way for us to still provide for our parking, but provide for a safer environment for our cyclists. So we're hoping we'll see this more and more as time goes on here, but this is a pilot project technically, and we want to make sure we address the concerns, work out the bugs.
I would say that the primary feedback we've received on this project have been whenever people haven't been understanding where to park and people having concerns about their driveway being blocked. I do also hear some concern about cost, but in transportation terms, this project costs very, very little. So we think it's a very cost-effective way to maximize the use of Salt Lake's wide streets.
My own sense is that it is safer as a cyclist. Being able to separate from traffic always makes us more secure on our bicycles, and it makes for a better environment, I think, on the street. So, yeah, my sense is this is safer for the cyclists and ultimately safer for the motorists too.